Hi everyone, it's me. I'm back. How you all doing today? It's Play and Make week 19. I've got to, first thing I've got to do is plug in my glue gun because I've forgotten that again. So the colours are green again, yellow and orange. But I'm getting used to green now because we get it a lot. So I've been, oh, excuse my squeaky chair. Right, just plug that in. And then switch the glue gun on because we're going to need that in a bit. Right, so let's start. So we've got to use birds, pearls, or gems and stencils. I'm just going to put my phone onto silent so we don't get interrupted. So I might have a bit too much light here, but I'll see how we go. If it keeps going black and dark and white and trying to adjust to the light, what I'll do is I'll turn one of the lights off. Right, so I started with a piece of yellow card 6x6, and then I've got some minty green card, and it's 5.5, I think, 5.5 by 5.5. So that's the base. So we sorted the base out, and let's then glue that down with some tacky glue. Oh, actually I got to stencil it first. I remembered that. I won't do that until I've stenciled it. So we got to use stencils. So I have a pack of stencils here that see, it's going dark again. A pack of stencils. So I'm going to use I think I'm going to use this one, which is the flourish one. I'm going to turn it over and use it that way. So that is going to be my stencil. I think that's the one I'm going to use. Actually move it up a bit. I don't know. Let's just try it out, see how it goes. So I'm going to use what's that called? Mowed Lawn. Oh, let's see, it's gone all dark. Bear with me a minute. I'm just gonna sort the lighting out if I can. Just turn that off. See if that helps. Oh dear. I think it's the stencil that's doing it. I just have to do the stencil and then there we go. Move it down a bit. There, that's a bit better. A little bit better. It keeps going darker, but I think it's because of the stencil. And I've tried to switch off the brightness, the autofocus on the brightness, but for some reason my camera won't let me do it. So let's get this done quick. So I'm just going to brush on the green. And we have a lovely winter's day outside. We've got gales and it's raining, so I'm not going to be going anywhere, and unfortunately I didn't get around to doing this yesterday. So today is Saturday, so there should be another one coming out soon. Okay, so that is just a bit more there. That's the stencil. Sorry it's so dark. I'm really going to have to get my son to come up and sort out my camera settings for this. And I also have some wild honey. I'm just going to put in the corner. Put it on quite dark. I should have taped down the stencil, but I'm trying to rush to get rid of the stencil. There we are. Right, let's get rid of that and then we get the light back. Ta-da! That's better. So, I've just did a flourish on there, which I quite like. I'll just do around the edges with the wild honey, I think. Because wild honey is a bit orangey, isn't it? Because you've got to use orange. There we go. There's that. So let's affix that to the yellow card. I just bought this card from when I went to the range, so I got some nice all different colours, and luckily there was a lovely lemon, that's yellow in it, lemon and a minty green, which I quite like the minty green. Don't work with green very often, but I do like the pastels. So let's put this down, try and position it so it's got the same edge all the way around. So that's that done. So that's the stencil bit of it. And we got to use birds, which I didn't have any birds at all, so I've had to put my thinking cap on. Pearls and gems and stencil. So I've done the stencil part of it. I've done the green, I've done the yellow, and a little bit of orange, but there'll be a bit more orange in a bit. So now I'm going to layer this one on here. So I'm just going to get some of that mountain tape. Did we decide it was called mountain tape last week? I'm not sure. Foam stuff. Sorry, it's wearing a mask all the time at work. It just clogs up my throat all week, and finds it hard to clear it for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just breathing in, trying to work as well. I'm breathing. I know I shouldn't be complaining really, because there are people that work in the hospitals and in care homes and stuff like that have to wear PPE all day, every day. And mine's only for 5 hours, but I just struggle with it. I'm allowed to say that, aren't I? So I'm going to just layer that down, like so. There we are. So that's the start of the card. And I need some of my fibres. Just get them now. I like to start with some fibres for some definition. And as I said last week, I really don't know what this is called. Oh, it's absolute torrential rain outside. I'm supposed to be going shopping, but I don't know if I'll be going. Yeah, I don't like the cold weather, but we'll see. I might venture out. So that is the first thing I'm going to put down on my card, just for a little bit of definition. So I'm just going to put a little blob of glue there, and then stick down the fibres. I can't think what they're called. It's like very thin fibre. It's a bit like straw, to be honest. So that's my fibres. Now I have, I went along, I made a yellow rose, because I had some cutouts, so I painted it yellow. I made it up just for the video. And then I've got an assortment of lemons, green, and believe it or not, orange for a bit pop of colour. See what else we've got here. Oh, that's a nice one. That's like a mustardy yellow. So I got to use my mustard. And then there's a couple of orange ones. So I'm going to just arrange them, and then show you what else I've got in mind for the birds, because I just didn't know where to go with the birds. So this is the main rose. Let's put that down first. So let's get the main flower, not the main rose, the main flower. Let's get the main flower down. Yeah, sorry if it's a bit boring, because I always do flowers, but I just want to make things that I'm going to use, that I will, use for people, as opposed to just making something for the spec and then putting it to one side and never using it. So this is a minty green flower, minty green rose. I'm not taking the backings off, because the spec is actually green as well. So that was the only last one that I had of those, the wild orchid ones. Yeah, I went through all my flowers and just couldn't find anything, apart from that one popped out and said, hello, you can use me if you want. These are wild orchid roses as well, I think. I'm getting quite low on those now. So I'm just going to position them where I think they should go. And that's quite a nice one. It's like a mustardy yellow. I'm going to pop that one down. Just for a pop. Like so. And then I got another yellow one. Put that up there. And then I need to put an orange one on, don't I? Bit of orange. Another pop of colour. Go on, get in. Like that. I have another yellow one, so I'm going to use it because I can. I really like that. I really like the yellow ones, and the mustard ones are nice as well, but I had to incorporate orange, so like that. So the next thing is what I did for my interpretation of the birds. I cut out from my Cricut, which I went on to Cricut Design. I found a feather and then all these little birds. So what I did was I printed it out in lemon and I printed it out in green. So what I'm going to do is on this bit I'm going to put the little green birds, and on that bit I'm going to put the yellow birds. That makes sense. So this is a little yellow bird. I'm going to put the birds, they're supposed to be flying in away from the feather somehow. I can't remember how. I think it went from big to little. So all these little birds, I don't know if you can see them because they're quite small, like that, and then they get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then the smallest. It's all the birds flying away from the feather. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm not 100% happy with it, but that's what I'm going to do. So sorry if you can hear my wash machine in the background. It's the weekend. It's when I do majority of the washing. So it's always on when I'm chatting to you, isn't it? So I don't know if you can see the birds, but they are there. And then we'll have some little birds on here as well. So I need to stick them down now. So maybe I'll just use art glitter glue because they're so fiddly. So just sort of position them where I want them. Oh, this is so fiddly. Come on, little bird. Come on, little bird. Just need a little dab of glue just to position them where I want them. Yeah, they're supposed to be flying off away from the feather, but I didn't study it as such. I just saw, oh, those are good, those are little birds, they'll do. Because I also cut out another little round die cut as well, which was a little bird in a frame. But I decided to use this instead. It all stuck. Ooh. See what I mean? They're so fiddly. Little. Hope you can see them. This one's going wherever it wants. It's soaring. Yeah, they're very fiddly. That one goes, hang on, that one goes there. This one goes here. Tiny, so tiny. So there's my little birds flying off into the distance away from the feather, which is, I'm going to stick down now. Yeah, super cute these are. Just put the feather down. And there's all the little birds. Obviously I had to do them in yellow because you couldn't, when I did them in the green ones, you couldn't actually see, you couldn't see that they were birds. They just disappeared. I haven't done a sentiment either. I'll do that in a minute. Put a little birds down. Never thought about placement. Just thought, oh, birds. That'll do. So I don't know if you can see them, but they are on there. There's all the little birds. There's the feather, and then there's all the little birds. I did toy with this one, which I cut out, and it was a frame. I don't know if you can see it with a bird in, but then I thought, well, then I was going to put that on there, and then it all went from there, and I was like, no, I'll do this. So that's that. That's the birds. I do have a little card for the sentiment. I do need to put something else in here, like some pearls or gems, which I'm not sure what pearls or gems I'm going to use. I didn't get that ready. Right, okay, bear with me a minute. I need to get up here and get my pearl gem box down. So that's one. And there's the other one. Right, let's have a look. Just put that there a minute. And this one. So I need to find something nice to go in. No, that's not going to go in there now, is it? Because, no. I've got an orange one. Oh, look, orange. An orange gem. Perfect. Right, so I've got orange. And I need to find some pearls. Let's see what we've got here. Which would look nice on here. Not too much. It's a bit, no, it's a bit too big. Right, smaller ones. What about these? These are nice. Oh, they're flat backs. Well, I don't really want to use pearls, to be fair. I think they're all flat backs, these. Oh, hang on. What's what I found here? Yeah, I think I'll put them on. Like that. Okay, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. So the pearls and the pearl string, I'm going to just attach it up here so it's just dangling, because I like that effect. Maybe it's a little bit short, but well, I'll put it on anyway. See what happens. So I'm just going to put a tiny little blob of glue up here just to fix it to the card under the rose. And then maybe a little bit more here just to keep it, and then it'll have a bit of movement as well. Once this bit's fixed down, then that will have a bit of movement there. So I've got pearls in there, and then I'm going to put this gem in, which I will shorten. There's a little orange gem. I'm going to pop that in up there. Pop that in. Bend it up a bit so that's got a bit of movement too. So there is I'm not sure about that. I feel like it needs something here as well. So I might just go and see what I can find, and I'm not 100% sure about just this pearl. Right, this is the trouble with trying to create off the hoof. Do you know what I mean? Because when you're not feeling something, oh, these are nice, aren't they? These pearls. This is a necklace, but I love it. When you're not feeling something, it's really difficult to go off and find things that are going to make you happy. No. I know. Bear with me a minute. I'm just going to find something in my fancy drawer. If I can find something to go with it. That's the same sort of colour. No. One of these, I think. I'm going to try one of these. I'm going to put one of those in. Let's have a look. Turn it around, Angie, so you can see what you're doing. So this is just a bit of lace that's rolled onto I'm not sure if that is a bit too white. No, it's not. That's not the thing. Right, sorry about this, ladies and gentlemen. Too white, that is. Just need something. A little something. Maybe one of these. Squigglies. Squiggly things. Let's try it. It's definitely missing some at the top here. And it definitely needs to be, let me just take a look. Maybe I'll put another flower up there. I think it's because I usually use those flowers, you know, the ones with that look like fuchsias. Let's just try and work this in. Let's try and work this in. Quite nice. This is what's throwing me. It is quite nice, but it's just not, it's not it. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause it and I'll be back in a minute, because otherwise you're just watching me moving things around. So if I just, sorry, move the mat now. If I just pause it a minute, I'll be back now. Right, I'm back now. Sorry about that. I just I couldn't find anything, so I was just thinking you're just going to be watching me. So what I've done is I've took the pearls off because I didn't like them, and there was a little mark there. So what I did was I put another orange rose in there, and then what I did was, I'll show you, the feather that was here, I snipped it down, folded it over, and then I just had this, like, it just needed something there for me, for it to look right. So anyway, that's made me feel happier. So this feather is just the one, this one, but I chopped it off there and I folded it together, and then I made it curl around. So that's what I'm going with. Right, so let's do the sentiment now. So I need some of that tape, wherever it is. Yeah, so I got myself in a bit of a pickle there, because you know when you just think, well, I'm not loving this, and I'm not 100% sold on it, but that goes there, like that. And then I'm going to do a sentiment on there, which I don't know what that's going to be this time. Just find a sentiment again. So I should have got this out ready as well. Never mind. Never mind. So what did we do with them last time? I think they were in the other bag. This bag. I'm gonna have to separate out my sentiments from all my other stamps so that I've got them ready. Right then, let's have a look. Where are you? So dream. There's always a reason to smile. I'm gonna have, there's always a reason to smile. I don't know if I've ever had that one before, but I think that's just very apt in this day and age when we're all struggling. So, well, most of us are struggling to, well, some of us, not all of us, I suppose. What am I doing? Like that. There's always a reason to smile. I need my archival in black. Like that. And this is just like taking forever, I know. Not sure about the A. A don't look like it's got much on it. There we go. Ready? And stamp. There's always a reason to smile. Not sure what it is, but there is. Okay, I'm going to stick that there. And hurry up. Stick that. Let's do this one first. Can never strip this stuff off. Yeah, so not my best week. Unfortunately, it was one of those where I lost my way a bit there, didn't I? Never mind. Anyway, so let's move all this stuff out of the way. Turn my glue gun off. So I have orange, yellow, green. I have stencils, pearls or gems. There's a gem. And then I have birds, which are all these little birds that are flying off away from the feather. And then there's my sentiment, which is there's always a reason to smile. So I hope you like that, everybody. And unfortunately, today is Saturday, so I'm playing catch up all the time. Well, it's just, I just think, yeah, I do that. But this thing is I could just come on and say, this is the card I've made, this is what I did. But I like to do it with you, and which means a lot of preparation and sorting out in my head what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and blah blah blah. So yeah, so sorry there was a little break in the middle, and I'll be back soon, folks. I got another haul, so that's some stuff that's come from Amazon, so I'm going to show you that in a separate video, because if I do it all in one haul, it'll be like, I don't know, because I'm going to go to Hobbycraft, aren't I? So anyway, that's my Playmate week 19 for the lovely Jayne, who is the Crafting Shed Davis here on YouTube. The colours were green, yellow and orange, and the items were birds, pearls or gems, and a stencil. So I hope you like that, everyone, and I'll see you all later, folks. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye for now. Bye bye bye.